let's get to it. Let's pause the Gap Band. I had to get it right. All right, first of all,
That was you were playing Outstanding?
yeah.
I'd be singing that song randomly from the like when something goes well. Like, I'm like, that's outstanding. And I'll be start singing that song. But go ahead, my
It's
bad.
one of the best songs ever. Okay, first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming on because I
Thank
was
you
like,
for having me. I appreciate that.
I was gonna have a hiatus week, and I said, this being episode 10, I don't want to take a break this soon. That's something that can happen and later in the year. And I actually believe that there won't be a hiatus week. We'll see. That's just speaking in faith. But before we get started, I want to say thank you all in the chat. Remember, if you can share, that'll help us. First of all, thank you all for coming in. This is Tuning with Tonnie, musically speaking, episode 10. Today's guest, we have Chef G.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Chef G, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you found the show, what you do, and where you're from.
Chef G, but a lot of people call me George. I was Coach G before, but now I'm into juicing and helping people get healthy. How I found out about the page, actually, I'm supposed to be collabing with your last guest. I think it was, actually two guests before, DJ Roxy. We're supposed to be getting together and doing a little something to help bring this wellness to more people. And that's why I found out about the show. And then I started following you. And I think I saw on your notes maybe or something about if you're a creative and you want to interview. I was like, I'm kind of creative, so why not give it a try? So I just wanted, trying to get my name out there a little bit more and get more people aware of this wellness lifestyle.
I love that. Also, with this being the first Tuesday, is this the first? Yeah, the first Tuesday of February, Black History Month.
Yep.
I was like, why not start it off with wellness? Especially,
Beautiful.
You just mentioned something that I want to dig into a little bit more, but I will hold off. I wrote it on my paper. As far as being on the apps, you said you're trying to get some traction and grow a little bit more. How long have you been on each app that you're on right now?
I would say, like really paying attention to what I'm posting and being assertive with it and intentful. Probably the last 2 years, but I've been on Instagram and Facebook probably about 5 or 6 years, but it was always just entertainment. It wasn't anything I was using to monetize anything or try to bring awareness or attention to myself. It was just really entertainment. But like the last 2 years, I really got involved with it.
Where are you based out of, I should say?
I'm in Charlotte.
You're in Charlotte. Okay, that's why you work on Roxy, because you're in Charlotte.
Yeah, I just moved down here in June. My sisters are down here, my parents are down here, and I moved down from Delaware this past June.
From Delaware. That's very interesting. Are you from Delaware? Where y'all from?
No, I'm originally from Jersey, but life takes you different places, and I ended up in Delaware from 2000 until this past June.
Okay, thank you for telling me that, because I heard the accent and I was like, that's not Southern.
Yeah, I'm East Coast all the way. East Coast, but up top. East Coast, but up top.
Northeast all the way. Okay, so let me ask you this, because you said you were Coach G first, and now you're Chef G. Tell us about that transition. How did you go from one to the other? Feel free to say all you want.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. Because basketball was a huge part of my life. Still is, really. I grew up in the game. I played all the way through school from like third grade all the way through college. I even played in the military when I was down in Texas. And then that's where I had met my wife. We're not together anymore, but that's a whole nother story, another chapter. But when we were together, we started an AAU program up in Delaware, and we ran that for about 10, 11 years. And we had 3 kids. They all played basketball. So I was coaching for about 10, 12 years. And I started coaching in the school system. Then I started coaching at the Y. Then I started training. Then I kept doing AAU during the off season. And then I didn't actually even got into reffing. So I've done every single thing you could possibly do with basketball. Ran tournaments, everything. And then after that, just went through a tough time with some relationship status, family stuff, financially. And I was just in a tough spot in my life. And I actually had injured my Achilles. I partially tore my Achilles playing ball, and that was September of 24. So I was laid up, and then add depression and this just not a good time in my life. It was actually a perfect thing to happen, because I was laid up and had to just reevaluate everything. And so my oldest son, had mentioned something about juicing to my sisters, and they sent him a juicer from here up to Delaware. And of course, he never used it, sat in his room. So I was doom scrolling Facebook, recipes, juicing and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I can do this. And it was just something for me to do, you know. So I was like, let me go ahead and try it. So I tried the juicer, and really no different from when I used to step in the basketball court. It's like everything went away. You know, my troubles went away, all my negative thoughts went away. I was in a sanctuary. And I just started doing it and learning new recipes and trying different things. And then once I started finding out the health benefits and that it could help me get better, that's really when it took off. And then just the want and the need to it's like I want to tell everybody should know this, you know. So that really was the driving force behind it, and I just kept going with it. And I'm here now, like getting ready to do, like I have 3 events this weekend, just you know, supporting and supporting this whole wellness vibe, which I think is very important for all of us.
So I want to slow down and get in your business a little bit
No,
because
go right ahead. I don't mind that. I'm an open book.
when we talk about wellness, I want to talk about the mental strain that it
Mm.
takes one to be an athlete first, and then you mentioned military. What type of mental strain do you feel like you go through during those times that people don't really highlight enough or give enough awareness to?
Um, well, I can speak on it from a different perspective now because I was a different person back way back then. Like I can't even imagine the mind state that I had back then because it wasn't good. Um, but one thing that I've learned, well, I think that I've learned is that, you know, we send our kids out into the world too fast. You know, they graduate high school and like go off to college. And that's what, and I think that not that it's not for everybody because some people can go do that. They're ready for it. But I think the majority of, they're still kids. They're still kids. And I think it would be advisable to maybe stay home a year or two, go to community college and just really figure yourself out because you send a kid off to college, they really don't know what they want in life. They're 17, 18 years old. Like you don't know what you want to do with your life by then. And I mean, you go into college and you pick a major because you're like, all right, I got to pick something. And then, you know, a year later you're changing your major because, you know, so it's just so many factors I think that we have already been trained to do as a society. And we're like, oh, you graduate high school, you go to college and then you get married and you get, and I just think that we need to like kind of look at our norms and kind of change them a little bit. Um, but I think knowing yourself is probably the most important thing, no matter what you're going through, whether it's military, basketball, new job, life changing. It's just really learning and knowing yourself. Because once you do that, then you really, it's not going to matter the situation. It's going to, you
Learning
know,
and knowing yourself. At what point do
absolutely.
you feel like you got that knowledge or that wisdom of
Like
learning and
six
knowing
months ago.
yourself? 6 months ago?
Like no, like for real, like because like I feel like in the last 6 months to a year, like I really honed into who I really am. And I mean, I think the prior 51 years was me learning that, was me trying to figure that out. And I think God puts you in the places you're supposed to be. And us as humans, we want to do it ourselves. And so I probably took myself out of situations that God had put me in. I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable. This is not what I want, and changed it, not sticking with God's plan. But once I really honed in on my faith and let him really take the wheel, and people say that all the time, but you really have to do that. And it removes all the worry, all the anxiety, and you really just follow his lead. And he will put you in the right place. He will put the right people around you. He will present the right situations to you. And that's really what's been going on with me the last year to 2 years.
So it's been that alignment. I want to go back again
Yeah.
to the athlete you were to military. Those are very regimented things because you have to be disciplined. You have things that you have to show up to do. Did that help you along the way, or did that keep you distracted along the way?
That helped me big time. I mean, I think I'm a little OCD probably when it comes to like, but I do like things in order because, you know, my memory's going. I need to have things in order so I can remember certain things. But
Mhm.
I think it definitely helped me with organization, it helped me with how to attack certain things, having a plan, having setting goals for yourself. You know, so the regimented part was one thing I was happy to take from the military. Absolutely.
And then from military into you go marriage because you have the responsibility piece. You have marriage, then your father, but you also had this underlying of basketball the whole time. What are some things that you feel like being an athlete or being military helped you to do in life that you feel like you didn't notice it until later on?
Um, One for sure, I mean, in the military, I was a platoon leader, and then being a coach, it's learning how to be a leader and actually taking that responsibility and understanding it and approaching it the right way, knowing that you have other people's attention, and it's important what you do and how you act and how you carry yourself. So I think that was something I definitely carried with me throughout, and also, through married life and throughout everything in my life.
Hmm. Now, also being, because you mentioned there was the marriage, then there was a divorce. Did you get injured before or after all of that?
That was before, actually. It was right towards the end. It was in 24.
The injury was? Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So speak to having a plan, having things and discipline in mind, and then having to address large disappointments to where you do find yourself in a mental health slump. Like, how did you navigate that enough to be like, I got to pull myself out?
Um, Honestly, it wasn't me. It was me deciding to practice my faith more than I had before. Take it to prayer more, like be more consistent with it. That was really my issue. Like, I would pray sometimes when things were bad, like, oh, God help me with this, and can you help me figure this out? And I was like, no, I need to pray more consistently. That was the biggest change for me, because like I said, we say it a lot about letting God take the wheel, but you really have to do it. And when I started doing that and just really giving it all to Him, and not giving it all to Him in my prayer and then laying in bed and staying up at night trying to figure it out. Like, nah, go ahead and go to sleep, because He's got it now. You already let Him know about it. And really relinquishing all that is really what helped me get to where I am now. Because if I didn't do that, I would still be in this depressive state, or maybe not even here.
What advice would you give men who might have gone through something that is a shifting thing? Like, most of the time, it's usually injury or loss or some huge disappointment. What advice would you give them on navigating it themselves? Because we're all different. I know you just said
Yeah.
faith, but if you were to coach someone through that, what are some things that you would tell them to refocus on as they're going through it?
Something that I've had a lot of close friends that are going through this right now. But something I always ask them is, what's your passion? And a lot of people don't know, or don't have a passion, because they've been a father for years, or they've been a mother, or they've been something other than themselves. And we put ourselves in all these other categories. I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a coach, I'm this, I'm that. And then you tend to lose yourself. And, I think God stripped away a lot of things from me for me to, one, work on my relationship with Him, but also find who I am. And I think that's the biggest part, like finding something that you're passionate about. Like, it's, yes, your kids are wonderful, and it's great being a father, and you should honor that, because that's an honor to have that role. But that shouldn't be your passion. Your passion got to be something that gets your blood going. You know what I'm saying? That gets your blood flowing, and you love doing it. You wake up and you can't wait to do it. So that would be my first thing, like having that person find their passion, or whatever is in them that they love.
I love that. I love that. Now, also, I want to step back to the limitations of man, because sometimes I don't think we understand the limitations that we have, and it takes something like an injury or something to happen. Have you found that when you relinquished all of that in your brain, that you felt like, I need to be in control of this or do this or have certain standards around it? When you relinquished that to God, what opened up for you?
I would say different opportunities were presented to me that probably wouldn't have if I would have continued on the path that I was on. Because again, because of the regiment, wanting to control everything and have everything in place, I was doing certain things, like, for instance, wanting a deal to go down, a collaboration I was having when I was going, because I was still doing this in Delaware, but I was kind of forcing the issue. I guess you could even say I was nagging the people, trying to, hey, what's up? Are we going to get together? And like, I wasn't letting it happen organically. That also showed me my lack of confidence in what I was doing, because I was so concerned that they weren't going to be interested. So I wanted to just stay in the ear, when I should have just let them know about it. This is what it is. And if you're interested, this is where I'm at, and leave it at that. And if they wanted to be a part of it, good for them. If not, then there's going to be something else. And I recognized that when I came down here, because I was still having that habit, because I was so anxious to just get the juice out there and get it to people. And I had this one deal on the table that I was like, if this happens, I'll be good. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Everything else will be gravy. And I kept hitting this dude, like, come on, man, let's make this happen. I'm ready to do this. And once I stopped bugging him, the floodgates opened up. I had clientele hitting me up. I had people from work wanting to start juice regimens. Collaborations were happening as soon, I think I stopped calling him like on a Tuesday. I was like, I'm not going to call him no more. And that next day, stuff started happening. So that's just a testament to, again, really, like, letting go of the wheel, being like, yo, you
Yeah.
got this, man. Just sit back. And along with that is the removal of the anxiety, of the worry. And then that ties into the wellness, because that's all about your health. If you're anxious and worried all the time, you can be drinking all the juice you want, eating all the right stuff you want. You're still going to have a bad overall health. So it's just really wonderful that how everything is tied in together in the last couple of years for me, for sure.
Well, first of all, congratulations. And I do want to also move into with the juicing. You went from Coach G to Chef G. That transition, what are some things that you had to kind of learn along the way to build your confidence in the juicing world? And also just that title shift from Coach G to Chef G. What do you take off and then what do you put on?
Let's see. That's a good question. I think like the injury was really the transition, because even after I healed, I couldn't just get back on the court. Actually, I haven't even been back on the court since then. I'm getting ready to make my comeback. That's going to be a whole new, you have me an interview for that. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But so that, I think that was where the transition really was. It wasn't that. So that was like and back to something you had said about the alignment. I was talking to a friend of mine about that. When we talk about alignment, we're always talking about the good things, like, oh, once I get this next check, or if I get this job, or if I get this car, then this will happen. I'll go to school. But we don't think about the bad things that we may not want to happen, but need to happen in order to get you aligned to where you need to go. And so that's something that was bad. I didn't have planned for. I didn't want to happen. But if that didn't happen, it may have not. I may have been led to juicing where I'm at now. So as far as the transition to that, I would say that was the transition point. And then what was it? You had something else after that.
That title shift. What did you? How do you shift from Coach G to Chef G?
So full disclosure, I haven't had any professional training, none of that stuff. I just loved cooking. And before I actually did the juicing, I started, since I loved cooking, I started to just take pictures and start posting what I was cooking, just because it gave me something to do and it made me feel good. And then I just remember one day I was shopping for groceries or whatever, and I saw a lady that knew me from some years ago from Pop Warner. I was coaching Pop Warner, and her husband was one of the coaches. And she ran into me. She was like, "Hey, I've seen your post. Where are you cooking at? What restaurant are you? I want to come see." I'm like, I'm not a chef. I just cook him. And she was like, "Yes, you are." And I was like, "You're right. I am a chef." So I just kind of ran with that, because she was like the mom type, just gave me the utmost confidence and supported me big time. And I was like, so I just ran with that and kept the G, because everyone calls me G.
Mm-hmm.
And just started posting more stuff. And then, like I said, then I got into the juicing, and then that's when it just really jumped off.
So educate the people before we transition to the next part of soundtracking. Educate the people on what you do, what you offer, and what are some of the things that you're partnering with people to do.
I'm sorry, I missed the last part. What are
some of the things you're partnering with people to do, like your collaboration?
Oh, absolutely. This is what I love right here. First off, I truly feel like this is what God wants me to do, especially at this point in my life, is to help people get healthy, whether it's fighting diabetes, or high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or weight loss, or they want to just fast, they want to detox, they want to get away from a lot of the things that we've been told coming up is what we need in our bodies, and it's really killing us or making us sick or keeping us sick. And like I said, once I discovered the juicing, and for I don't know how many young folks are on here, but like they used to say back in the day, marijuana was like a gateway drug. Well, I consider juice the gateway to a wellness lifestyle, because juicing is not going to be the only thing that's going to get you healthy. You got to juice, you got to watch what you eat, you got to exercise, you got to take care of yourself in all facets, and that including mental health, like we talked about as well. I'm just trying to introduce it to as many people as possible, so they can have that gateway, that pathway to a better lifestyle, especially if they're looking to get healthy. I just had a guy today hit me up from work, because he went to the doctor on Friday, and he said, the doctor said, your blood pressure's high, you're got high cholesterol, and he was actually kind of worried on the phone. I was like, "Bro, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you won't even be going back to see that doctor, and if you do, your numbers are going to be down." So that's what it's about for me. And what I offer, I believe it's 19 different blends. 4 of them are wellness shots. The other ones are just different juices for different ailments. Some of them are just juice. Like instead of drinking Hawaiian Punch, I have a line of juices that are just juice. So if you just want something healthy, there's no sugar, you can get those. And the collaborations, very good, very good. So I have some Valentine's Day events this weekend. I don't know if you're familiar with Taste of Black. I'm working with them on Sunday. They have 2 events this weekend, but I have one on Saturday, so I'm not able to do that one. I do something I call it hydrating the vibe. So like you have a birthday party and you want to order a couple of gallons of juice to have there. So I have a lady that's having a private party on Saturday. I'm supplying her with some juice. Um, those are really the things coming up right now. At the end of the month, I'm doing like, I'm sure people are familiar with wine tasting classes. I'm doing basically a juice tasting class where people can come in, learn about the different blends, the benefits, and get to taste a lot of what I offer. And then in March, it's going to start getting nice out of where I got a lot of pop-up markets, and I do those that's when I started coming, before I moved down here in last March, I was coming down twice a month from Delaware just to do the pop-ups and the farmers markets and like that, just to get, my name established down here. But yeah, I got a lot going on. Like I said, DJ Roxy, I know she's crazy busy. I'm hoping to hear from her soon. And what I have with her is something I think is going to be really good to reach a mass of people, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm really looking forward to that. So a lot of stuff coming up.
So I have some questions in the chat. One said, "Do you ship your juices?"
Yes, I'm in the middle of getting my website up, and also I'm going through Shopify. So I want to get it right before I actually say yes to shipping, because I have shipped to some people that were customers of mine back in Delaware. Some went well, some didn't. So I'm trying to find the best streamlined way to ship, to get it to the customers and they get it fresh. So yeah, that's coming soon, coming very soon.
So the second question is, where will you be in April? We have a cousins retreat. Basically, we call each other TikTok cousins, and we have a retreat here in Charlotte, April 10th. So Dom was like, so we need juices for that, so we can connect to get some juices for them. Okay, so I wanted to also ask, being that you had an AAU league for 10 years,
Yep.
do you dip back into that network to create customers or to create opportunities for yourself, or have you kept them separate?
It's like I said, I don't want to keep it separate. There's still a lot of people that in Delaware that I have connections with through basketball. But it was like that clear delineation line of my Achilles tear. That was kind of like I was hanging up the Converse, hanging up the Nikes. That was really, and I had to accept that was really hard. Like I said, I'm about to get back out there, so we'll see. But again, there's a lot of people I'm still connected with in Delaware, but being that I don't have the shipping where I want it just yet, there's a lot of them I just haven't been able to get the juice to them. But no, there really isn't no connection from the basketball world to the juice world, but I feel like there should be, because of the healthy aspect of it and how it can help a lot of athletes. So I do have that connection with some. Before I left, I was connected with CrossFit, so I'm trying to get more into athletes, but it seems like I'm gravitating more towards the wellness realm. Like also, I didn't even mention that I collaborated with her name is Miss Janelle. She has the Lotus Journey LLC, where you get facials, massages, all that good stuff, and she partners with me with her juice in her shop and offers it to her clients. So I think like the wellness realm is more where I'm leaning to, but I definitely want to get with athletes. I want to have athlete sponsors, because I think like instead of putting up a bottle of Gatorade, which is horrible for you, putting up a bottle of my juice instead, So that's something I have wanted to get into, but it just hasn't happened yet.
So the brand is growing, it has legs, and it has potential. You're
Absolutely.
actively doing things. I was sitting here thinking you're going to have to like shift how you used to come down here for the markets. You're going to have to go up to Delaware now a couple of times and do that. You just have to flip it so that you
Yeah,
can.
I'm actually going there in 2 weeks.
I love that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is what we do, because I know you said you're on break right now. So
No, you're good. I'm on break from juicing. I'm good. This is
Oh.
my business. So I'm on my own time. You're
Okay.
good.
Because I was like, hold on, let me speed it up. Okay, so
No,
this
you're
next
good.
part,
Take your time.
first of all, thank you for that. Chat, do you have any questions about the juicing or about anything that has to do with wellness? I did have one more question about finding new confidence, because nothing can take your breath away like having an injury that sits you down for a little while. And I know you said you saw it and you were doom scrolling and you're like, hey, I want to do this. How do you find and connect to that new confidence? I know you said it was a faith thing too, but you also have to learn to align to the faith move as it's coming toward you.
Mm-hmm.
What helped you to do that part?
I think for me, it was just being tired of being scared. Because, like, for instance, with this interview, a year and a half ago, I probably would have hit you up and tried to figure out how to get my way out of it. Like, oh, I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? I would have been reluctant to do so. And I think one of the most important things is being comfortable in your own skin and I know that's another cliche phrase that people always say, but it's so true. But also recognizing that you are worthy and you belong. You know what I'm saying? And if that room that you walk in doesn't feel like you belong, either make yourself feel belong or get up out of there and go somewhere else where you are. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the biggest thing for me. Like, the whole thing again with letting God take the wheel, that removed a lot of anxiety and stress for me. And so that allowed me to relax and to really be comfortable with me. And once that started happening, then I was more comfortable with being in, because there would be plenty of times where I was coming down here selling my juice and I was scared as anything. I was hoping the juice would just sell itself, would just sit on the table and be moved by itself. And so I realized that I have to have some personality that is me, that they are buying as well. You know, if they
Yeah.
have a guy sitting behind the juice that's not confident, they're not going to be too confident in the juice. So,
I think that is so interesting that you said that, because I would have never known that. Because when I was asking for volunteers, you were like the first person to be like, "I'll do it." Not only that, then you sent me a graphic. I think you sent me a graphic before the interview was set up. But that and just reaching out, your energy behind the things that you were doing, your actions was so high that I would have never thought that you had at any point.
oh yeah, I
Confidence
still
in
battle it
you.
right now.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's
So
like I said, I'm coming into my own and recognizing. Like, my sisters would tell me this all the time. They were like, "You don't recognize your presence," and like I really didn't. I would take it for granted. I would shrink myself in a room where I should have been standing tall. And I got to the point where I was like, I'm gonna be standing tall in every single room I go into. Why am I shrinking myself?
And it's
And I,
so interesting because to go from being an athlete to military to coach to now wellness advocate and chef G, all of that takes a certain level of like push and activity to get you out there. So I'm so surprised to hear that. But you said something earlier that kind of blew my mind. Just to give context, I was watching an interview of Method Man, and he was saying that he didn't feel like he really matured until he was 40. And you just said you didn't feel like you was really there until
man,
like
listen,
recently.
when I think back to when I was 24, a new father, my I'm I don't know how I made it, to be honest with you. We raised three kids, and I'm surprised they're as well as they are because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just winging, especially with the first child. Like, that's why I respect all firstborns, because your parents have no clue. They're just they leave from the hospital and they have no instructions, no guide, no nothing. And that's so yeah. I just I know that in the last year for sure, I've definitely matured, because I look back what I was doing 2, 3 years ago. I'm like, what was I doing? Like,
Yeah.
so, but that's a testament to all of us, because I think that your whole life is a learning experience. You don't have to figure it out 24. You don't have to figure it out at 34. You ain't got to figure it out at 44. And I mean,
Yes.
some people might get lucky and might have things work out for them well, but I think the trials and tribulations are definitely important as well, because it definitely builds your character. It's either going to break you or it's going to build your character, and I refuse to be broken. So it's just building some good character up in there.
I love that you mentioned the good character piece because I'm just gonna dip in your business. One last question.
You're fine. You're fine.
Um,
This is the last dip.
when
No, that's double dip. So no more dipping.
I be dipping, like I'm big on like one more.
You're good. You're
I'm
good. You're
like
good.
that.
I'm fine. This is good. This is
Um,
good for me. This is why I jumped in on this. This is good
I
for me.
love it. Okay, so this one is getting divorced. What was the reality check with that, or was it like a relief? I shouldn't say that. What was the reality
um,
around it?
whew, yeah, you dipping. Yeah, like two chips. Um, it was tough, because my mentality was this was who I was going to be with for the rest of my life, and so when that vision is shattered, it's kind of hard to move on from that, because you're not expecting it. You don't know what to do after that. So it's still something I'm dealing with. It's fresh. It's still something I'm dealing with. But just like with everything else, with losing a job or a bad car accident or whatever, like sometimes those bad things need to happen. And as unfortunate as it was, as much as I didn't want it, I wouldn't be here today doing this. I wouldn't be. I know that.
It was necessary. It
Yeah,
didn't feel
it was
necessary.
unfortunate, but
Yeah.
it was necessary.
Yeah, it's usually that's a huge thought. It didn't feel good, and it didn't feel like it was necessary, but it was necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for that. Thank you
Absolutely.
for letting us dip into your business. So I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you a series of questions. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You're going to give me a number between 1 to 20. I'll ask you the question. You give me a song that comes to your mind and the story behind it if you have one. So to get started, give me a number between 1 to 20.
Let's go with 3.
Number 3. Okay.
Now this part I was nervous about. I was like, I talk about myself all day. This part we're gonna see. Let's go. Let's go.
It is. Okay. Now I should have had my list pulled up, but what had happened was,
It's all good.
and then I was like, okay, because I have another list. I'm like, but I want to ask you.
You're good. Take your time. I'm good.
Okay. Number 3. What is your ultimate revenge or I'm doing better without you track?
Oh, it's my man. Return of the Mac. I can't think of the name. Return of the Mac. There it is. That's my jam right there. That's like getting that car and turn all the way up, windows down in summertime. Like, yeah, you messed up. That's the song that came right to mind was that one.
I love that, and you came right with it too. We're gonna play about 15 seconds of it. Everybody knows it, of course, but 15 seconds. Be thinking of your next number that you want to give me, and I'll get in just a sec.
Right.
Just that part alone gives you energy right away.
As soon as it come on, you already know what it is, and then he start yelling
right away.
I was just talking to a friend of mine about we need to get back to that R&B, to that R&B, like when you singing in the rain, arms out, pounding the pavement. Like that's what we need.
Point. That is a good point.
We got to get back to that.
We need happy-go-lucky R&B.
Yeah.
Like or message R&B, honestly.
The hurt R&B too, though. The hurt R&B. Baby, come back. We need that R&B.
You know what's crazy about that is it's more expressive. It gives your emotions space to be. Like now, it feels like everything is kind of like nonchalant, too cool. But with that, it was expressive. Like I can go out here in the desert in my Tim's on and cry. Everybody had to be in the desert or somewhere back then. But yeah. Okay, give me another number 1 to 20.
Let's go 7.
Let me see which one of my number. Okay, first heartbreak song.
Ooh.
You're picking these, and that's wild.
I'm thinking New Edition, Any Heartbreak, because that was all your heartbreaks happened in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I remember when that album came out. That was right around the time around a breakup. So I was playing that whole album all the way through. Well, I'm sorry, I said album. It was a tape back then. Had to flip the tape to B-side to get the rest of my pain out.
The cassette. What's your favorite song off of there?
Can You Stand the Rain?
Oh yes.
Yeah, cause I'm a big ad-lib person. That's another thing we need to get back to. The ad-libs. You know what I'm saying? Like they're so important. And everyone had their own signature ad-lib. Like we need to get back to that, to doing the ad-libs in the R&B songs.
Can y'all hear that?
Oh.
The ad-libs. That's another one, being able to stand out in the rain and express yourself when you're going through something.
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
That's a good choice.
Thank you.
This is my part. Everybody loves that. Interestingly, this is one of my favorite groups of all time, and I remember we had the VHS with their video on it when they made that whole series with the VHS. And it broke. You know how the VHS like it will crack or like the stuff.
Yeah.
My heart was so broken, but I'm going to see them this month again. I always
that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, that was my group. You couldn't tell me nothing. Okay, give me another number, 1 to 20.
Let's go 15.
15 is a good one. All right, let's see. For number 15, what is the first song you play in the morning to get your brain moving?
That would be more back in the day because I don't do that as much anymore. I usually have a song in my head. That's a good one. because I can honestly say I don't really have one. It
How are
might
you?
be.
What are you doing in the mornings nowadays? You go right
I
to
get up,
juicing.
I do a little low impact workout. Um, hop in the shower. I'm an early bird, so I'll be up like at 4 or 5 in the morning. I'll do a little low impact workout, hop in the shower, and then I head to work. I work at the post office down in Gastonia. Um, so yeah, that's how I usually start my day.
Okay. Now, when you get there, do you have your headphones on?
Sometimes, but like where I work at, like I'm always having to communicate with somebody, so it's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
it kind of is a pain to pull it out. But I see what you're getting at. But what I've been on lately is Miss Olivia Dean. Now I know it's
Yeah.
not because of the Grammys. It's not because she just won. I was
Yes.
listening to her album last October. I started listening to it, and
Mhm.
then I got away from it a little bit, and just like in the last couple months, been listening to it, and that album is unbelievable. Just an
It,
unbelievable album. And then like she just pulled me into some other female R&B artists that I was really liking as well, like Cleo Soul,
yes.
Matea, um, Sophia Galetti, or I don't
Yep.
know how to say her last name, but she's dope too.
You should look into
Um,
Tiana Major 9.
yep,
She's
I
really
listened to
good.
her.
Now, what's your
There's some
Olivia Dean's, like your guilty pleasure Olivia Dean song?
lady for
Ah,
whatever reason.
that
I don't know
lady.
why I like. I would love to see an interview with her talking about what that song is about. I want to say it's about her mom, but I'm not sure. But I just for some reason I like that song a lot. I really do.
Go back and listen to it for sure, with a different lens of just listening, and just you can apply it to almost any woman, honestly. But I'm gonna play a little bit.
I was thinking that too, but I think I was I do that. I overanalyze. I'm trying to put myself in the mind of the artist for whatever reason, but I just felt like she was like you're saying, she's referring to a lot of different women, but I think maybe the inspiration came from probably her mom, and then she went from there. But yeah, I just think about moms when I think that like you being powerful. That's a dope song.
Or even a relationship.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
just saying. Hold on, y'all hear it? Without a word. And I was just getting used to her. Keeps rearranging me a little bit. And I was just getting used to him. That lady, she's the man. I think she got a master plan. It's something I don't understand. Yes.
Later, she's there. Mm,
Now, I will say the very first time I ever heard the song, as a woman, every time you do get used to yourself or where you are, you get a new comfort zone. You think, okay, I have mastered this part. I'm here. I'm comfortable. It is who I am. Will be cool. Another version of you is asking yourself to now kind of spread and evolve into the area. Ladies in the chat, if you feel like that, but it's like something else is being asked of you. I want to say, like with me, I'm 39. I don't have kids, never married, so on and so forth. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to just live life and enjoy life. But at the same time, I have a mother who's aging. And not only that, I have a sister that's 47. I got a little sister that's 14 from my dad. So at the same time, as I'm trying to find my freedom and just like go and live life, I've been the strong one. My little sister wants to move in, but my mom needs help. And I feel like I'm being called into another role of caregiver. And I'm like,
hmm
so when I hear that song, it's like that lady, she's the man. I think she has the master plan. All those things, those different levels that come, that song touches me in a different way because now I have to kind of just allow myself to evolve the way I need to, while at the same time keeping myself at the forefront. That I
Right.
still have my goals and things too. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that part you said right there about keeping yourself in the forefront no matter what. Because I think we're always going to be pulled in certain directions. Some will choose to go in, some we won't. But we got to make sure that we're all right. Like we got to make sure of
Yeah.
that.
So that's a great choice. Wonderful choice.
Thank
Okay,
you.
two more
Thank
of these. Give me a number 1 to 20.
you. Let's go 20.
20. Look at you. Up to the bottom of the list. Okay. Desert Island. Okay, if you could
Mm.
only listen to one song for the rest of your life, which one has enough layers that you'll never get bored?
Oh my goodness! And you know what? I was thinking of this because I knew that you would ask this question or this would come up. Because I have a couple of them. Um, I'm just gonna say this one. I know it's probably not popular with our group, but that's
Yeah,
all right.
come here with us.
I have a lot of different genres I listen to, and one that I listened to when I was in college a lot was classic rock. and Led Zeppelin is one of my all-time favorite groups.
Don't say they were gonna
And
listen to Led
their
Zeppelin.
their album Houses of the Holy, the very first song of the track. I was always big on that too, because I remember going to the store and buying CDs, and the first track on How It Caught You, that was always so important, whether it was with intro or the way the beat came in or the first lyric. Like the way the album started was so important. And that first song on that album is it. So if you have any interest in classic rock, you like it, that is a classic song. It probably wouldn't be the greatest song to have on a desert island continuously, but it wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't be too bad. That probably
I
would be
want
my
to ask
choice.
you brought up this point of basically the album, how important the album used to be back in the day, having that physical product to where one, you had to find it, you had to go to a store,
Oh my
find it.
goodness.
And then I'm going to ask you this as a second question, but I'm going to play this too. When you get the album, what's the first thing you do when you get the album? When you
This is right.
physically have it in
This is my
hand.
wheelhouse right here, yo. Because I don't know what the age group is on the people on here, but if you're around my age, Tuesday was the music release day, and I was at Sam Goody or FYE or at whatever local music store every Tuesday, and I would buy, of course, the music I knew was coming out that I wanted, and I would buy whatever else was released, whether I knew the artist or not, just so I could be introduced to new music. Um, and that is something, sadly, that this generation, how they consume music, they don't get to experience, because it was a whole thing. You would not only go to get the CD or tape, you want to get home, unwrap that cellophane. As soon as you get in there, you put the music on, you put the tape in, put the CD in, press play, and then you're looking at the insert.
Looking at the liner.
You're looking at the inserts and seeing what type of pictures they had, who wrote the songs, if they had the lyrics. If they had the lyrics, oh, I was in heaven. I
Oh,
was in
for
my room
sure.
the rest of the night.
I'm
Uh,
learning
um,
every word.
and then if they had the shout outs, who they were shouting out, who they didn't shout out. Especially with
Yes.
hip hop, you wanted to look at the shout outs to see, like, oh, he didn't say Dame Dash. Like, why didn't he put Dame Dash in the credits? And then also seeing what albums they sampled for the song, because then that would lead you to another road. Like, oh, I didn't know that. What group is this? Oh, I
Mhm.
never heard this. And now you listen to some music from the 70s you would have never been in.
Yes.
So this is
You
my
are.
wheelhouse right here, talking about nostalgic old school music
Yes.
and
You.
how we used to consume it. It's
First of all,
different time.
you skipped a major step. Like if you didn't even realize what was on it, sometimes in some stores you can stand right there and just play it. If it's a cassette or if it's a record, you could just stand. You put the headphones on. That was like when we got to the CDs. But before that, you could go in there and you could just play it. They'll have like 1 hour as a demo. Play it and you could listen to it and see what was on there.
Yep.
And another thing that I used to do, Lacey just said in the comments, I love reading the inserts. I loved reading the inserts because I also wanted to see what producers were on there. Because before we really had how easy it is to pull music now, you had to listen to find trends to find out whose sound is this, where is this coming from? Like you said, the samples. What did they sample? Those liner notes, and for me, okay, I'm a Southern girl, and they'd be like, "I just want to thank God." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, they saved!" Even though it could be the most ratchet CD, cassette, whatever, and they'd be like, "Giving honor to God." I want to thank God, my mama,
Yeah.
them. That was, I like to see it, and I'm
Yeah.
learning the lyrics. Okay, I'm sorry. We will turn to that in just a second. Let me play your song just a little bit. This on the Led Zeppelin album, the first song, the song remains the same.
Yep.
Which is interesting because that song will be the only song you would listen to on a desert island.
Now you said layers. There is a lot of layers to this song because
Hold on.
it changes a whole bunch. It's a long intro. It's a long intro.
All right, hold on. Let me skip it there. Even that tempo change.
And I'm a huge drum fan, and the drummer of this group is unbelievable.
I can play the guitar today. I'm gonna learn it quickly.
You say you're gonna learn guitar?
And I've been thinking about it all day because I was listening to "Do I Do" by Stevie Wonder, and I'm a big bass fan. I'm a big bass fan, and so I was learning the bass line just in my head and in my brain. I'm like, one of these days, I'm gonna learn it, like for real.
Do it.
But I got these nails, and so I gotta think about that later. Anyway, thank you for that. But no, you just unlocked core memories when it came to the physical acquired music. Like at the end of the day, that was a whole art of itself. Because think about like Snoop Dogg's album cover. or the Equimini album cover. And you open them and it's just more and more to come from it. I love that. Okay, I get carried away. Give me
No, you
another
good. I
number.
could talk about that for a minute.
Give me another number between 1 and 20. And it's the last one.
Let's do 12.
12. 12 is let's see. With number 12, what was the last song you discovered that you immediately had to put it on repeat for an hour?
Last song I discovered that I put on repeat for an hour. I was the new Nas album with DJ Premier has a song on it. I think it's called "Written," but it's an ode to graffiti artists, and it's just DJ Premier is unbelievable, and that was a song that just caught me on that album when I first listened to it all the way through, and I was playing that. When you talk about having my headphones on at work, I had that on repeat for a couple of days when that album first dropped. So that was the most recent I would say that really had me. Was I want to say it was, what's it called? I want to say it's Written or it's just Written.
Let's see if we can find it.
It's on his new album with DJ Premier.
Hold on, I keep trying to read the chat too. Moderators, let me know if I miss anything. Okay. Let me just because I found the album. Now I just trying to find the song.
Yeah,
I see when it says writers.
Writers. There you go.
Because Written was on Nas's album, another album before that. Okay, let me. This is the one.
Yeah.
Is the intro long?
The samples that he's using, and that's the other part. I love the samples. You know, when you're trying to figure out what song they sampled from. Sounds crazy. And anybody in the chat, tell me the samples they use. I'll shut up so you can hear it.
Gotta pause that for the video.
You're good.
I love that. I love that because one, you know, Nas is a great storyteller, great lyricist, but also the way he's painting this, it is. If I was a graffiti artist, I'm like my chest is full from this. Because
that's the same thing I thought. Like I'm going out tagging tonight.
Like what?
Right now.
And he's giving them the respect that is due when you talk about giving honor to hip hop, its origins, all the people. You got the break dancers, you got the lyricists, you have the MCs, you got the DJs, and you have the people who give this whole movement a vision, a visual, which would be the taggers. That is crazy. So even there's this one tagger in Charlotte, Garrison Gist. I have some of his artwork downstairs. But he does a lot of murals and things. And I literally see people walk up to him when he's doing a live mural and they just want him to tag their shirt. Like, can you just do something on my shirt real quick? And they just walk up. They don't even really say much. And he'll stop and be like, shh. And I'm like, what a respect, you know? Like, I'm sorry. I got a little hype about that. Okay.
No, please do.
Thank you for that. Chat, any questions? I mean, we have 10 minutes left, but what I want to do is I'm going to pull some songs and I want you to tell me who the artist is. And
Coco Chanel said get a pick. That's what I was going to say when you said about playing the bass. Get a pick, or you could be a slap bass player.
I saw a question earlier and I forgot to ask you. They asked for the juicing, are the juices a meal replacement?
They can be.
It just depends
I have one in particular that's perfect for it because it has a lot of nutrients in it and it definitely fills you up. So like, for example, if you were like trying to do an intermittent fasting, it would help with that. Or if you want to use it as a replacement. But the whole meal replacement, it's also about discipline as well within yourself, you know? Like you can drink something and say, all right, this is going to replace my meal, but you might be hungry and you might get into that. So it's also about discipline as well.
True. All right, so I'm going to play a song. I'm only going to play like 3 seconds.
Oh, this is the part right
here. Yeah, and when I get into it, most of them you're going to know, but...
I'm probably going to know it, but I'm going to have a hard time thinking of the name, but come on, let's go.
Welcome to the club. That's how it be. All right, I got to turn this down so you won't hear it right away. Just a second. I'm sorry. Okay, it's coming.
Oh, that's Color Me Bad.
And what's the name of the song?
Sex You Up.
I wanna take you. Yes, good job. That's a good song. You be forgetting about that one. Hold on, let's
Yeah,
do
that takes
another
me back.
one. I'm gonna take you back to. Go ahead, tell the people.
Oh, just being young and dumb.
Did
But
you
I
have a
was I
tape?
was a little romantic young boy, so I was always trying to. I would be the one making the tapes for the girls. Like, here you go,
Okay,
make the mixtape.
a
Hey,
real lover
that was the
boy.
pimp move back in the day. You make a mixtape for somebody, and
Do
you
not
write all
mind.
the songs and the inserts very neatly. Like, yeah,
Now
baby,
you
this
done
was
said
always
something. You done
check out
said
side
something
B,
nobody
baby.
says. Nobody says that they did the liner notes. Now you did something. You put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, I would do the whole
That's
thing.
that's role play,
Like,
y'all. Y'all
ooh,
gotta step
George
your
made me a
game up.
tape.
George made me a tape, girl. His handwriting was neat. He put hearts next to the numbers. Yes, that's some game for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what
See,
we
you
doing.
can't do that nowadays. You're like, hey, girl, I'm about to send you this song.
You could do a playlist.
I sent you this playlist. I worked real hard on it. Nah, it's not the same, man. Having
Yeah.
to stop the tape and do that and get it right and get and then to be the master at the noise in between the song. If you could do
You're right.
come on now.
Oh, you was doing it up then.
Oh yeah. Putting the paper in the tape so you could tape over it, all that.
You knew all the tricks of the trade.
Look, I
Now we
think I
gotta
still
do
got a
part
Walkman.
two. You
I
got a
could probably find a
Walkman.
Walkman somewhere.
If you got a Walkman in there, then yeah, you need to go ahead and start your little classic museum and start playing.
Right? I wish
You
I for real wish I did. That was cool back then, man.
still got time. Stuff is around. Okay, you ready?
Yep. Ridiculous. You know it's Biggie. That's Total. Total. Can't you see?
Yes. You're like, I'm not gonna know this. I'm not gonna know this. Okay. That's two. We got three more to go. Let me see. Oh, that one's hard. Let's see. Oh, I'll do this one.
Now, give me a semi-hard one. Those first two were pretty easy.
I told you most of them gonna be easy because if you like music, you like music.
True indeed.
Now, give me 1 second.
Oh, Maxwell. Is that something something?
Nope.
Shouldn't I realize? You're the highest of the. So don't ever wonder. Is that the name of
Yep.
it?
Don't ever
There you
wonder.
go.
Ascension is the name for sure, but Don't Ever Wonder is the sub name. So yeah, hold on.
Yeah, Maxwell. Yeah.
You are a lover boy. So let's see if you find. Sorry, something I love.
Could You Be Loved? That's Bob Marley.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got that one right, of course. All right. Give me 1 second. Y'all want more?
Oh, what I was nervous about.
I don't know. That's why he was like, they're like, for what? For what? This is what we do. Okay, give me 1 second. This is the last one.
Okay. I'm 4 for 4. Making sure we keeping notes on that.
Not you happy with yourself. I know that's right. Hold on. I'm getting it queued up. I be trying to. Is who?
U2?
It is U2.
I
What's
don't know
the
what
name of
song
it?
though. I couldn't catch what song it was. Oh, it's not Joshua Tree, is it?
It's I Will Follow.
Oh,
Yep.
dang
I Will
it.
Follow. But the fact that you got it was U2.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. You got 4.5. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Not bad.
4.5 out of 5. You did a good job. Okay. So this is my last question, which is good because you're right on time. I asked every guest this question. What song would be your legacy song? A song that you would attribute to you were here, you wanted to represent you going forward.
That's easy. Genuine, still the same OG.
Oh yes. We gotta play a little bit of that. Say why?
Of course,
Why
because
we pulling it up? Why?
because of course G. but I recognize that through all that stuff we were talking about, from being a coach, from being a father, from being married to being divorced, from juicing to being a basketball player, I'm still me, and I'm always going to be that. And yeah, so it really that would be the song that would play. Yeah, for sure.
I love that for you. Let me play a little bit. Y'all, this is Chef G's song, his legacy song. Enjoy
Right.
it.
I don't have a CD. I'm not on TV, but I'm still the same OG. That's me.
And that's fine. Can y'all hear that? You can't be mad at me, but I can just be G. Even though I got my own CD,
Even on TV.
there ain't no changing me. I can only be me. You know I might be on That's TV. Good. You on TV now? You be on the computer.
That's
You be
true.
on YouTube.
Emoji. I can just be G.
That is so dope. You did that. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was a great culmination song to the stories and to things you told me. Like you're also in this like new life era where you're doing a lot of different things. If you had to say a number, how many lives do you say you've lived up to this point?
Ooh, great question. Just this one.
Just this one.
Just this one. Just this one, but just a whole lot of experience that has changed the trajectory of my life.
That's good. And also, if you could leave any advice for anybody on here about just resetting or just life, I can't even guide you into it. What would be something that you want to share with others?
Find your passion. Find what you love. Not a person, not something that drives you. That when you get up in the morning, you can't wait to do it.
Something internal.
Yeah. Not money, not anything material, but find something that you're passionate about and that you love.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say anything you want to say. Anything else you want to say? Any questions?
My goal is to reach as many people as possible to help them get their lives on a wellness lifestyle as soon as possible. I'm here to help. I'm an open book, especially about that. If you have any questions about what you can do, how to get healthy, if you have certain health issues you want to address, please hit me up. Reach out to me. I am more than willing to talk to you about whatever you have going on and help you get you on the right path to health.
Love that. And also tell the people who might have just come in what it is you do and where they can find you.
Chef G, Juice for Me, Wellness Juices. You can find me on Facebook, George Credle. Instagram, that would be Chef G _ Juice for Me. Website's coming soon. I am on TikTok, but not that much. I do a little bit of stuff on TikTok, but same name, Chef G. Look for the logo. You'll see this. Get that up there. That's usually my profile, I believe, on TikTok and on Instagram. And then if you want to just reach out to me, just I'll give you my cell phone number. You can text me, whatever. I'm just about trying to get as many people as possible.
And collaborations, who are you willing to collaborate with?
Definitely content creators for sure. That basically, I just want you to continue doing what you're doing. Just put my juice in your hand and tell the people how you incorporate in your lives. Yeah, very, very good, very good. And as far as businesses, any like spas, anything really, anything where you feel that having juice in your establishment would help draw more people, or you think it would be a benefit to your business, that would be something good. And definitely like birthday parties, graduations, celebrations. It's a better alternative than drinking alcohol or drinking a lot of this other stuff that's got a lot of sugar in it and just bad for us. So, yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
All right. We'll be sharing this episode out. I will make sure to get it to you and also to share where we can find you. Again, thank you for sharing your life, and the lessons too, and the things that you're working on for the future.
It's my pleasure.
All of it, may all of it grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And may it all fall in the right places and be aligned with all the things that you want to do going forward. And may you always put yourself first when it comes to your wellness as well.
Thank you. And keep doing what you're doing. I like this platform you have and the people you're bringing on is very cool. I'm going to keep paying attention and watching you. So keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you.
I appreciate that. So I'll make sure I follow with you. Have a good night. And also, when I send this, I'll make sure you share it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely about that. All right,
Okay,
y'all. Take
thank
care. Thank
you.
you very much.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye.